Attractiveness is defined as certain qualities or features that make a person more desirable and alluring to others. It can significantly influence people's attitudes, and it's one of the most common reasons people become interested in psychology. What is it exactly that makes someone so attractive? Which of these traits do we look for in a friend or partner? According to psychology, here are 8 of the most common things that make a person attractive. Number 1, confidence. Studies have shown that confidence is the most attractive quality a person can have. When someone is confident, you're less likely to second guess yourself, and you know and believe in your value. People notice when someone is confident in who they are and what they believe in. And although it's common to imagine someone who is confident as outgoing and charismatic, confidence can also be quiet. Knowing your worth, believing in your strengths, and taking pride in who you are is what makes you confident, regardless of if you're outgoing or not. 2, availability. Availability is an important factor in how much we find someone attractive. Despite the common belief that we need to act distant or aloof to make people we like interested in us, the opposite is actually true. When we're developing new relationships, it's important to find someone who can physically and emotionally be there for us. And the more responsive, attentive, and reliable someone is, the more we will come to value our relationship with them. 3, uniqueness. Although there are 7 billion people in the world, each of us is unique in our own ways. No one looks, talks, acts, thinks, or feels in exactly the same way, and that's what makes us so amazing. But some people prefer to hide their uniqueness to fit in. When we learn to embrace what makes us special, whether it's our looks, experiences, ideas, or little quirks, we open ourselves up to the possibility of meeting new, engaging, and like-minded people. Number 4, kindness. Kindness is a quality that lots of people want in a friend or romantic partner. In a study done by Baskerville and colleagues in the year 2000, they found that people tend to like people who showed more kindness, sympathy, and compassion than those who showed lesser levels of kindness. At the end of the day, we all wanna be with someone who treats us as well as we would like to be treated. 5, intelligence. Intelligence is attractive because it often leads to stimulating conversations, deep insights, and a new way to look at the world. A recent study in 2018 by psychologists Gignac and others found that for most participants, there is a particular IQ score that maximizes an individual's attractiveness, but any higher would make them seem less desirable. In other words, people are attracted to those they perceive as more intelligent than them, but not so much that they become too intimidating or out of reach to talk to. 6, passion. Next is passion, the enthusiasm and desire to achieve a certain goal. People who are passionate tend to be driven, determined, and self-motivated. But more importantly, they have things that matter a lot to them and that they care about significantly. They have an interest in big dreams that appeal to the optimist in all of us, which can inspire us to push ourselves to be better as well. 7, a sense of humor. Research has shown that we tend to be more attracted to the people who make us laugh, possibly because it shows cleverness, wit, and creativity. So it should come as no surprise that having a good sense of humor ranks high on the list of characters people look for in an ideal friend or partner. In heterosexual relationships, women in particular gravitate towards men they find funny, while men favor women who are playful and good-humored. And number 8, their demeanor. Last but not least is our demeanor. While it's no secret that a person's looks have a lot to do with how attractive we find them, there's a lot more to it than someone's physical traits. Psychologists have found that it takes us only 30 seconds to decide whether we find someone attractive, and our demeanor can make or break someone's impression of us. The way we dress, act, and carry ourselves also plays a part in how people perceive us. When meeting new people, it can be helpful to take note of these things, as they can make a world of a difference. While it's common for us to base attractiveness off a person's physical traits, attractiveness can actually be more complex than that. And though we all have different ideas of what makes someone more or less attractive, these are some of the most common and widely agreed upon traits. So, like me, they like me not. They like me, they like me not. Does it feel as if you're plucking petals trying to decipher whether someone likes you? Or do they avoid you? Or are you overthinking it? You may think someone can't stand you, and that may not be the case at all. It can be hard to figure out someone's true thoughts about you, but there are some subtle signs that you can pick up on to get to the bottom of it, whether it be romantic or just general feelings about you. Here are 6 signs a person likes you, even if you don't think so. Number 1, they try to get close to you. You must have thought this obvious, right? But don't be surprised because even so, it's actually quite easily missed. Yeah, truly. Have you ever noticed anyone always around you? Perhaps out of the corner of your eye, you always see the same person. You may not think much about it, but people try to get physically closer to the people that they like. Whether it be by moving objects separating you two, such as a plate or pillow, or taking the same walking road as you. People try to get close to you in many ways. After all, if someone truly doesn't like you, chances are you wouldn't see them very often. Number 2, they walk beside you. Any guesses as to why this may be a sign? Here's the thing. It's easier to talk to, maintain eye contact, and get physically closer to someone when walking next to them. So naturally, people who like you will want to walk beside you and maintain your pace. However, someone may also like you and walk behind you. This means they're too shy to walk beside you but still want to be near you. If they walk in front of you, they're probably more concerned with where they're going than talking to you. Basically, someone who likes you will try to be near you in any way they can. Number 3, their body language is open to you. Did they tilt their head towards you or lean in when you were laughing in your recent conversation with them? Were they playing with their hair while talking to you? In a conversation, body language is everything. Seeing as most people don't know how to control it, it subconsciously gives away how a lot of people feel. More specifically, the way people point their feet is a big indicator. If they're pointing at you, it probably means they're subconsciously wanting your attention. The feet are the first things that move when going somewhere, so the direction they're facing also hints at where the person would like to be. If they're facing you, the person may be wanting to get closer to you, which is a big sign they like you. Similarly, if someone has their hands on their hips, exposing their stomach to you, it's a good sign that they're open to you. As overlooked as body language is, it can tell you a lot about whether someone likes you. Number 4, they sit up straight around you. Did you know someone sitting up straight around you isn't necessarily a sign of them being on edge and uncomfortable? It can also mean they're trying to look their best in front of you. When sitting up straight, you show off all your strong features and look a bit taller, so people often sit up straight around people who they want to impress. Therefore, when someone sits up straight, they may look rigid and like they're trying to put distance between you two. But they may be simply trying to impress you. Number 5, they blink less around you. Sounds bizarre, right? But hear this out. Your blinking rate actually does say a decent amount about how you're feeling. According to a study cited by Psychology Today, people tend to blink more when they're anxious. Blinking also serves as a way to subconsciously block out things we don't like. So if a person blinks less around you, chances are it's a good sign they like you. It's their subconscious way of trying not to miss anything about you. All eyes on you. Watch out. And number 6, they raise their eyebrows when greeting you. What's a weird thing you've noticed about people being happy in their eyebrows? Hint, it has something to do with going up. People tend to raise their eyebrows when they're happy and excited, so you often subconsciously raise your eyebrows when you're happy to see someone. It's easy to overlook, and if someone doesn't raise their eyebrows around you, it doesn't mean that they hate you. However, it is a sign that they like you if they always raise their eyebrows and smile at you. It's never easy guessing others' true feelings about you. It's always a flip-flop between considering you're overthinking or perhaps they do actually like you. You're not alone in this struggle, for sure. Almost everyone has spent many a night staying up late and replaying little interactions and scenarios. But the important thing to remember is that whether someone likes you or not is not your fault. What matters most is that you love yourself.